Steel is the most universal industrial material in the world. It is the cornerstone of construction, transport, energy, and the engine of the development of civilization. Thanks to its recyclability and versatile use, it belongs to the ecological materials of the future. The process of its production has undergone fundamental changes in recent years, especially in relation to nature protection. Steel is forever. On April 1, 1839, the history of steel production in Chinec began to be written. Today, Chineckie Żelazarnie, together with parent company Moravia Steel and dozens of subsidiary companies, are among the most important industrial groups in Central Europe. If I had to choose, I would choose two major, huge changes that happened during my career. The first was the change in the 1980s when Steel Mill 1 and Steel Mill 2 closed and BOF converters were put into operation and the steel mill began to produce high-quality steel. Then the second change in the 1990s of the last century was strategically decided. When the management decided to end the production of construction and structural steel and start the production of quality steel, which simply followed the possibility of quality production from the BOF converter steel mill. Significant greening of the company began already in the 1980s, but it reached its peak only in the last decade. Today, Chineckie Żelazarnie belongs to the most modern steelmaking companies in Europe and meets the strictest emission limits. Every year, they invest in the greening of their production facilities, especially in the area of air protection. These investments have made it possible to reduce dust emissions to historic lows in recent years. Huge investment in the field of environmental protection and especially in the field of air protection have brought a truly tangible shift in the visible spectrum, where citizens see that Chinec is really starting to become a clean city, that there is no excessive release of solid substances into the air. However, it will be very important for the young generation to use these past investments for further development, to apply new technologies to the process of improving the environment and here mainly those emission levels, so that even those spectrally hidden emission issues are captured. Dedusting both sinter plants had a significant advantage for air cleanliness. In addition, the installation of a new technology for dosing activated carbon into the flue gas by the sinter plant resulted in a significant reduction in the emissions of dioxins and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Investment in blast furnace dedusting began in 2013. The original dedusting equipment was replaced by modern fabric filter technology. This device captures even very fine dust particles with high efficiency. The total amount of emissions that escape through routes other than the chimney has been reduced by more than half compared to the original state. The dust removal of the BOF hall, where the investment costs reached almost 1 billion crowns, also had a huge contribution to air cleanliness. The metallurgical aggregates in the production hall were equipped with an extraction system. Others were installed under the roof of the hall. Thanks to this, the amount of dust escaping into the environment has been reduced, which has also decreased by more than half compared to previous years. The smelter is gradually replacing outdated production equipment with modern ones with lower energy consumption and making maximum use of its byproducts. This effort to constantly reduce energy consumption is also positively reflected in the fulfillment of ecological goals. Metallurgical gases produced during the production of coke, pig iron and steel are currently used for energy at an average of more than 90%. The production of steel and its processing into steel products cannot be carried out without the creation of a whole range of byproducts, such as slag, scales, metal-bearing sludge, various types of metal ground parts, and returnable technological scrap. In accordance to the principles of the circular economy, the smelter strives to reuse these byproducts in metallurgical production. and further processing into certified products such as artificial dense aggregate, which in many cases fully replaces natural aggregate. From the point of view of the circular economy, roughly 60% of the total amount of byproducts is returned to the form of products. Approximately 1/3 is reused in the production process, and only 2% of byproducts are removed by the company in the form of waste. In the field of water protection, the smelter has long been striving for the economical use of this more natural resource. Therefore, closed water circuits are built in all companies' production facilities, which ensure the recirculation of industrial waters. The company then hands over all wastewater for cleaning. Chinetske Zhelezani publishes a corporate social responsibility report every year. The company is an active cooperation partner in the region, supports a number of social projects, and participates mainly in activities in the field of environmental protection. Chinetske Zhelezani supports biodiversity. We clean the bed of the Ulsha River flowing through the area and planting new greenery. In the recent years, the company has planted thousands of new trees, not only in the area of the ironworks itself, but also in the region. As part of the Volunteer Day, employees helped to plant more than 2,000 new beeches, firs, or other missing species of trees with valuable Beskidi genetic origin per year. With regard to sustainable business, the company launched a large-scale integrated transformation project called Greenwork in 2023. The aim of the project is to meet the demanding conditions of the Green Deal for Europe. In the last 25 years, Chinetske Zhelezani have undergone significant development in the field of modernization, automation, and environmental protection, thanks to many investments and thanks to the ideas of their people. As a result, Chinetske Zhelezani is today one of the most efficient and ecological metallurgical enterprises in Europe and in the world. However, in the coming years and decades, we face a difficult challenge in the form of decarbonization and a significant reduction of the carbon footprint. This can be achieved by investing in the transformation of primary production, energy, and other innovative solutions and ideas. Thanks to these measures, the company will be able to meet the demanding goal of reducing carbon dioxide emissions by more than half by 2030. Chinetske Zhelezani already belongs to the companies with the lowest carbon footprint in the world. The transformation of primary production in Chinets consists in changing the method of steel production to the so-called scrap route. That is, the production of steel in an electric arc furnace from scrap. This method of production is far less demanding in terms of energy and emissions, is highly automated, and fully complies with the principles of the circular economy, as it uses the recyclability of steel. We have been working on this transformation in a team of experts throughout the Chinetske Zhelezani for several years, and I believe that we will successfully handle this challenge. The result of the transformation will be a change in the form of ironworks as we know them today, and a significant reduction in the impact of ironworks on the surrounding environment. In this way, we will preserve the production of quality steel products in Chinets for future generations, which we will supply to various sectors from energy to transport, and thus contribute to the decarbonization of the entire economy. Here I would like to point out that the long history of Chinetske Zhelezani is the biggest guarantee that all the generations that worked here have always kept the factory at a high level. I am an optimist, and I hope that both the current and future generations, that is, generations of workers, foremen, technicians, engineers, executives, directors, and owners, will strive to always be at the highest possible level in the future. It is important to realize that each of us leaves a footprint on this world with our step, whether positive or negative. Our behavior has a fundamental influence on events in the region, and what our picturesque region will look like in a few decades, tens, hundreds of years is only up to us, people, and our responsible behavior towards the environment and nature.